Hi, welcome to the Laverne Chamber Chatter. We're here today with Wendel Buys from the History Center. Happy to have you here, Wendell.
Happy to be here.
And we're honored this week. Papig Motors is this week's featured sponsor. Check out their wide selection of new and used vehicles at all three locations, Laverne, Rock Rapids, and Sibley. I'm sure you'll find the vehicle that's going to be perfect for you. So that we have a lot of exciting things going on this summer
Yes,
in
we
Laverne, and we are celebrating America's 250th birthday for some of them, and we're kind of kicking it off at the History Center. So, Wendell, what's going on at the History Center?
Yeah, so on June 7th, the History Center will be doing the Tales from the Graves, and this will kick off what we're calling America 250 Rock County Passport. And what that is a pretty cool idea that our Jane came up with. And what we're going to do is take people around the county, and you will treat this like a passport. And so the perfect beginning for that is Tales from the Graves, because this year we have quite a lineup for you. So I have a little note for myself just so I don't miss anything. But one of the first people that we'll talk about is Katharina Killey, also known as Lily Killey, and she is buried in Flowerfield. No, I'm sorry, that's Lenore Sandegger. She's buried in East Palisades.
Okay.
Lily Killey, and that's a very interesting story, but I'm not going to give any of it away because you have to come to Tales from the Graves.
Keep it under
keep
wraps.
it quiet. We're also doing Father Francis Sampson. He's buried in St. Catherine's. Mm-hmm. And so we've moved these things to the History Center because that way we can just go around the county and we can take people from any cemetery. And so we've got him from St. Catherine's. We've got Lieutenant Frank Ferguson, who is, he taught all over the county. Mm-hmm. So when he was a teacher, he was in country schools. I think he ended up in Magnolia as principal.
Yeah, I think I remember
And
that.
So he was all over the place before he became Lieutenant Frank Ferguson. And so we'll be doing him, and he's buried up down in Maplewood. And then we've also got Captain Lenore Sandegger Hanson. You caught that little Sandegger in there. She is from Hills. She's buried in Flowerfield Cemetery. And so we've got people from just all over the county, which is perfect because that's what we intend to do this year, is go all over the county and just hit different spots with our America 250 passport to Rock County.
The whole idea of the passport is to get people to learn about our community history, our county's history. So the idea came up, and we're going to have a little contest with it. So we have some generous sponsors that are making this possible. So each passport little place we're going to go, and there are 14 events on 13 different days, and we'll travel around the county and do these little mini events. So there may be like 30 minutes or something. It's not going to take you all day, but we're going to have a reception afterwards, and we have some really interesting subjects and really interesting things to learn about history. In June, we're also doing Blue Mountain State Park, so they're hosting on Free Park Pass Day, which is June 13th, and they're going to talk about WPA. So can you tell everybody what WPA is?
Yeah, Works Progress Administration. Mm-hmm. You might have to correct me on some of these things because you are
older.
Yeah,
That's
a little bit older. But yeah, so they did a lot of. The dam. Part of it is still there, but some of it is not. And the building,
the picnic shelter.
Yeah.
The
picnic shelter. That was all.
And a lot
built.
of the clean out and the trail work was done by the WPA. So that's good. They're going to kick off. And then we're going to go to the gazebo in Kenneth, and we're going to hear the story of Rast Tweet's famous donkey or ass that became the largest town celebration. So that'll be a fun story.
Dear Ethel.
And followed up, then we're going to go to Hardwick, and Hardwick is hosting on the 27th their last Hardwick grade school reunion. Now that's been they haven't had a grade school there for many years, so they think this will be the last one, and they are going to dedicate something, and they're going to tell stories about the old grade school. So that'll be fun. What else is going on?
So in July, we start in Hills. We'll be at Hills Jacobson Park, and then it will move over to the Res for fireworks. So they always do their fireworks a little bit later. And the really cool thing is that HBC is the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how did that happen?
So they're going to talk about how they came up with, how the Hills and Beaver Creek agreed that was going to be the mascot for the school. So we'll learn a little bit about history there, and then we go on to...
Yeah, and then the Tri-State Marker and Bruce. And I don't know how many of you have been to the Tri-State Marker, but you should go there and see that. It's not exactly on the spot anymore, because when it was, it kept getting hit by vehicles. So now it's moved off to the side a little bit. And then we'll actually drive past where Bruce used to be. And Bruce is a town. It's not a guy. Sorry. And so Bruce is no longer there. You will see where it was, and then we'll go to the Sandegger farm. Here's the Sandegger name again, but Pucky Sandegger has the old depot from Bruce on his yard, and so we'll have a little bit of refreshments over there, and then we can look in the distance and see the tree line where Bruce used to be.
Yeah, so we're all going to learn a lot of stuff, and we go on to Beaver Creek during Beaver Days, and we're going to learn about the ice barn. And in a day before anybody had ice cubes that they could pull out of the freezer, you had to cool everything by ice, so that was a big business in Rock County. And we're going to go to Touch the Sky Prairie for a waterfall hike with the DNR. And then we're going to have a night of music at the Hinckley House. We're going to have a barbershop quartet. Music was really important to all the Hinckleys, so that'll be fun to listen to them from the front porch of the Hinckley House. And so round up the rest of our events.
Okay, so then we'll go to Maplewood Cemetery, and we will look to the east.
West.
Right? West. Oh,
West.
West. Okay. We will look to the west to see where the poorhouse, the Rock County poorhouse was, and then also look at the Maplewood Chapel and get a little history of that. And then from there, we will go to Steen. Steen at one time had the longest running, well, I'm sure it still
is.
the longest running Labor Day fast pitch tournament. And so when they would have held that again, we will be going there for a dedication of a memorial there. Dries Albers also was a famous Steen resident. He actually is up on our Hall of Fame board. Along with, some of these people that we're talking about here, like in Tales from the Graves, will actually be on the
board.
The board. Yeah. So, because... I'm sorry. What am I thinking here?
Dutch Albert.
Frank Ferguson is not. No. Lieutenant Harrison White.
Oh.
He will be on there. Oh, yeah, because will they talk about him at all in Beaver Creek?
That could be.
Because he was like the founder of Beaver Creek.
He is, and we're celebrating Beaver Creek. And we're going to, what else are we going to, that's a big thing going on this summer too.
Yeah.
But we'll follow up with that.
So that's in Steen on September 5, which is Labor Day weekend. And then Blue Mountain Lutheran Church. I've heard all kinds of stories, and half of them are half true.
Well, that's with every story, isn't it?
Yeah, that's history. I mean, you can go to several different newspaper articles and find a different story from each one of them. Right. But anyway, so the story goes that the Blue Mountain Lutheran Church was picked up by a tornado, twister, and placed on the other side of the tracks. And that's how I heard it. And I heard that not a door was sprung and not a window was cracked.
Broken. I heard that too.
So,
and it's now in the place where it was set. The Lord, the congregation felt that the Lord told him to put it there, so it stayed there. And so it was, how many feet? It was like 2,000 feet, or I can't remember.
It was a decent distance.
It was a decent distance. So it's going to be, and they're celebrating, I think, their anniversary this year. They have a big celebration. So That's going to be a fun event. And we have two more events we're going to do in the summer that we don't have the dates scheduled, but we're going to go down to Ash Creek and we're going to find out where the Esty cabin is. And if you've been to the History Center, you can see the lean-to that is in the History Center that is a replica of the house that a mother and her 4 sons lived in.
Five sons.
5 sons. Oh, I don't know how
Yeah.
they did that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to Magnolia. And the word Magnolia in the 20th century, you thought of Magnolia Steakhouse. So we're going to talk about the Magnolia Steakhouse. And then we're going to talk about a famous horse race track that was there starting in the late 30s. And they had big purses and they had crowds for the races of 400 to 800 people. So we're going to learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So
and it all starts
with
Tales
this.
from the Graves. You
Right.
can come and get your booklet there. You can get them at the chamber,
Yes,
at the
we'll
History
have
Center.
that we'll have it all organized by then. And if you get to 4 or more, we're going to give away cash prizes. So you register your book and your name, you get little stickers in it, and there's a chance you can win cash, anywhere from $25 to $100. So it's kind of a fun thing to do, and we just encourage people to get out, do one of these things for their Rock County passport. Coming up to this summer, we have a little decorating contest going on, don't we, Wendell?
Yeah, that will be fun. For those of you who love to decorate, you don't have to wait until Christmas. You can do the red, white, and blue, the flag theme, plant red, white, and blue flowers. Good luck finding the blue ones. I've tried.
Okay.
It's lobelia. That's about it.
That's about it, yeah.
But then balloons and banners and bunting. Wow, that was alliteration there. I didn't even plan that.
It was all pretty good. So
Anyway.
we're doing that, and so it's for businesses. There's 2 categories: businesses and residential. And all you have to do is call the chamber and say you want to enter the contest. We'll just add you to the list. And so in June, July, and August, we have judges that'll go around and they'll pick one house and one business every month, and that business is going to get a $50 those winners will get a $50 utility credit from the city of Laverne, and they'll have a $50 gift certificate from Laverne Flowers. So it's just kind of a fun little promotion to do,
Nice.
and we hope people that really celebrate and honor America's 250th birthday.
I wonder if they have lobelia at Laverne Greenhouse.
I bet they do. You know what? I think I already talked to somebody who has a plan, and they might have a little bit of blue artificial flowers in their display.
Okay.
Real flowers and a few, just a sprinkle or 2. So
you
can be as clever as you want, and
Right.
just encourage people to do that, because especially this year when we're having all this traffic through so many parts of town they haven't seen.
Yeah.
People are going. Streets are busy that have never been that busy before.
Yeah.
So
It may be a challenge for the judges to try to get around.
hopefully they're from Laverne and we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But they got some great judges. So we have that going on. And then on the 14th of June is Flag Day. And this year it's pretty special Flag Day. So we want to encourage everybody in Rock County to remember to just put up a flag. It's Sunday, June 14th is Flag Day. And that is a perfect way to think and to honor this great nation that we live in, how grateful we are to be here, and all the sacrifice that generations have done to get us where we are today. And later that night, thanks to the Legion and the Legion posts, both Hardwick and Laverne, and the Rock County Fair Board, they are hosting a flag burning ceremony. People have been dropping off flags at the chamber, so I have a whole sack of flags that are tattered and torn. So the proper way to dispose of flags is to burn them. So they are going to have a flag burning ceremony and show and talk to everybody about what happens at flag burning down at the fairgrounds. And can't remember the time. It's on this 6:30 at night. And so they're going to do a little flag education. They're going to have a flag retirement ceremony, a few refreshments, and it'll be a wonderful thing. So bring your lawn chair and plan to do that. So we'll be getting the word out and just encourage everybody to come and celebrate America's 250. And we have more 250 events coming up in July in conjunction with the fair. So we'll be talking about that at a later time. So thanks, everybody, and we hope to wear your red, white, and blue this year.
Yeah, we'll see you at some of these events.
Passport, you bet.